Hi, Dale Davidson here, Davidson Law Offices. We've got an email from a lady today who watches our videos. Thank you so very much. And we are so excited that we're going to be able to help this lady because she's got some issues with respect to survivor pension benefits with respect to her late husband who served in the armed forces. As a general rule, to qualify as a veteran spouse, you've got to meet or be able to show certain things, okay? Number one, you got to have a valid marriage, okay, or deemed to be the valid spouse of a veteran at the time of the veteran's death. What does that mean? You may have to show a couple of things. Number one, you've got to have been married to the veteran for at least a year, or deemed to have been married, okay? Now realize that there's some quirks in the law here with respect to being deemed valid marriage. If you have any questions regarding this, leave us a comment below or give us a shout and we will answer that question directly. So you've got to have continual cohabitation with the veteran during the marriage or the deemed valid marriage. So what does that mean? You got to be living together. Okay, you can't be living separate and apart. And as a general rule, you can't have been remarried after the veteran's death, but there are exceptions to that rule too. If you have any questions regarding that, give us a call. Let's dive into a little bit more detail the 1 year marriage requirement. So the surviving spouse must have been married, must have been married to the veteran for at least a year prior to the veteran's death to qualify for disability indemnity compensation, or DIC, death compensation or death pension, which is we refer to as the VA pension or the VA aid and attendance. Okay, so this 1 year marriage requirement also applies to common law marriage. Now, some states recognize common law marriages, some states don't. Georgia is one of those that does not. But that doesn't mean that you cannot still be deemed the spouse of the veteran for VA purposes, okay? Also, the 1 year marriage requirement doesn't apply in the context of the death pension. So if the marriage took place before certain dates, okay, or in the context of the DIC, the disability indemnity comp, if the marriage occurred within 15 years after the period of service in which the injury occurred. So let's say that your spouse was in Vietnam in 1974. If you were married within that period of time, then that 1 year period applies. So you're okay. These rules are a little bit tricky. Again, any questions, you're welcome to send me an email at dearvaguy@gmail.com, dearvaguy@gmail.com. But really, just keep in mind, really as a general rule, if you are the surviving spouse of a veteran and you remarry, then you're basically going to be deemed ineligible for all VA benefits, okay? That means the death pension, there's certain exclusions apply and they're very limited. If you void it or it's annulled, so if you go to court and you get your marriage voided or annulled, then you would not lose your eligibility. I had a client 2 or 3 years ago, husband passed, she got remarried kind of on a rebound situation. It was an unfortunate set of circumstances. Her late husband was a veteran, and then she got a divorce from her second husband after only a year of marriage. She just realized it was a big mistake. Well, she had already gotten the divorce, so it was not possible for us to go back and get it annulled or voided. So she was not eligible for any benefits from her late husband. And as always, of course, if the VA thinks that you're trying to pull a fast one on them and they find that you're trying to void your marriage or annul your marriage based upon some kind of fraud, then of course they're not going to honor that, and then you would certainly be not eligible for any kind of VA benefits. So keep in mind that even if as the surviving spouse, okay, if your remarriage was ruled void or annulled, we still have to present evidence to the VA that was done legally. So again, it's kind of a little hill that we have to climb for you, but we're glad to do that. Remember that voiding a marriage or annulling a marriage does not automatically result in you becoming eligible for your late husband's VA benefits. Because again, divorce cuts it off, your benefits, and so does remarriage. This was kind of a complicated video, I know. If you have any questions regarding your status as a surviving spouse of your late husband who was an otherwise eligible veteran, feel free to contact us, dearvaguy@gmail.com, dearvaguy@gmail.com. Like and subscribe, okay? Give us comments below if you have any topics that you would like for us to discuss on our channel. Be glad to do that. We're all about trying to help you and help your family get the benefits you deserve as eligible veterans or spouses of veterans. So until next time, thank you for watching, and y'all be blessed.
No more whiskey, I'll have a Coke. Catching bass on an old fishing boat. One more story from Grandpa Joe. Let's get high.